She dead.
Story chart unlocked. Okay. I think he just died. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl T-Bats here with some more Paranormasight, Seven Mysteries of Honjo. We got our first ending of the game in the last video, and if you haven't seen the last video, it's up on the YouTube channel. Please give it a like and a thumbs up, and a comment as well if you appreciated the video. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you have been enjoying the series. I know it's going to be haunty spooky season here. Ooh. So I really want to get through this game before Halloween comes by. So yeah. What was our storyteller mentioning with the fact that Shogo only killed one person? We were on a murder spree in the last few videos. Killing curse bearers left and right like nothing. So I don't know what he's talking about us killing one person. That is the part of the mystery that I'm still trying to figure out. There's a lot of open questions, if you will. What exactly are the curses here for? You know, besides the benefit of the Rite of Resurrection, what exactly else is going on here? So that's what we're going to be figuring out. We unlocked a new mechanic. We're going to be using it today, and I'm excited to keep on continuing. Thank you all so much for the support and love. Keep on supporting and loving the channel, and let friends know about the series as well. And try out the game for yourself. So let's get started. So yeah, we unlocked the story chart. So as you can see here, we made it to a end for Shogo Oki. Now apparently there is still some stuff to be done in Kinshibori Park, part 2, as you can see. But yeah, I don't know what else is going to be happening here, so I guess we're just going to jump right back in. Summary of previous events. Shogo Oki is with YOKO Fukunaga at Kinshibori Park searching for one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. His interest in the occult starts to grow as he learns more about it from YOKO. So this is the part that I'm confused. Do I hit restart or resume? What the story chart does. Anytime that there's like still something to be done, it'll be lit up for that scene. So that means I need to go back and redo it to make sure that either I change the outcome or do something else differently. This game really is reminding me a bit of 999. If you haven't played that game, I also highly recommend it. So definitely getting those vibes of where sometimes death is necessary to get information, or you know, doing a different thing will change the outcome of your fate. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure if we restart or resume. Let's resume, maybe? Start from beginning. What? How is the rite related to the mysteries? Something's happening to YOKO. I have no idea, because the storyteller last time said just make sure you don't do something. So I don't know. Maybe start from the beginning, maybe? Figure this out as we go along. So, because I'm not using a guide, I'm not doing anything like that, so we just gotta figure things out as we move along. Oh my god, okay. Maybe something's different? Is anything different here? Because I don't know if, like, us completing, like, an ending will, like, present something new here with YOKO. So, maybe I don't learn about the 7 mysteries of Honjo. Maybe it's more about, because what do we do differently? Because there's like a mysterious man that eventually will appear here, and then once we get the curse stone, there's like this little spirit thing that like watches us. So I don't know. So maybe when the curse comes up on the screen, I don't use it. But then again, there were cases where I didn't press the button and then the curse still happened. So I don't know. Maybe I need to keep recalling. Let's see if we can figure it out, at least. Just a tad bit, you know? There's gotta be something that happens, right? It has to be. What happens in this scene? I'm trying to sense if there's an evil presence anywhere, you know?
2 hours later.
Here we go. Something happened here. What the hell happened? What am I supposed to be doing differently? Okay, maybe just don't look. What am I supposed to be doing here? Because she starts screaming like a motherfucker. Ah, I'm gonna keep looking backwards. There's nothing here. Hello? Still, she looks really spooked. I doubt she's making this up. Damn it, did I miss it? Oh. What? Hello? Yoko, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Stay with me. I don't see anything I should be frightened of. But maybe there's something there that I can't see? Oh, as long as I don't push the curse button, I think is what I need to do. Okay. I literally think that's what it is. What? I can't see. Something there I can't see. There has to be something strange around here. I should keep looking around. Where are you, you little shit? Where are you? Where are you? Are you behind Yoko? Maybe talk to her again? Why? Ah! Yeah, because she starts screaming. Yoko! Yoko! Okay. Wait, can I talk to her again? Keep yelling her name. Huh? What? Oh! See, this is different. Is calling her name really going to help? I'm already yelling as hard as I can. Shouldn't I look for what's causing this? No, ignore it. There's nothing there. Yoko! Hang in there, Yoko. Look at me. You're going to be okay. It's alright. There's nothing there. Yoko! Oh! Hey! We unlocked something new. Let's go. Kinshibori Park Part 3. Shogo cries Yoko's name in a desperate attempt to wake her as she lies unmoving on the ground. Will his pleas get through to her? Okay. Let's go. Interesting. So with me not pushing the button and then just keep talking to her, I eventually just had to, like, try to snap her out of it. Huh? Not today, Whispering Canal! Not today! Huh? Oh good, you're awake. What? Are you okay? You were so rattled and confused, I thought you really lost it. Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance? Wait, what did you say? I think I've heard that before. You're the one who said it earlier. Oh, right. That might have been it. My humors were off balance. What? Back there? You ended up like that because of your humors? Yeah, I've heard that at this age, your humors being even a little bit off can be fatal. I'm glad you're back to normal now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble. But I really don't remember what happened. Huh? Sounds like what happened to me. Maybe this place is dangerous somehow. What? Are you backing out? It doesn't feel safe to me, and I'm worried about you. Let's call off today's investigation. Oh, come on. I just started feeling back to normal, too. Nope. Not happening. Go home. I'll even pay your cab fare, okay? I ended up having to force a still protesting Yoko into a taxi. Even then, she still wouldn't stop complaining. So, to placate her, I promised I searched the park on my own for a little while longer. Oh, so are we still gonna run into the guy? Maybe not. Oh, it just leaped. It just leapt. Okay. Kinshibori Park Part 4. Worried about Yoko after her bizarre incident, Shogo decides to call off their investigation to the mysteries for the night. Despite her stubborn objections, he manages to persuade her by offering to continue search on his own. Okay. This is very interesting. Because in this route, it just seems like Yoko is still alive. Because really, the reason why we dive deeper into like the Seven Mysteries and going along and trying to find curse bearers and, you know, knocking them out is essentially to try to use the right to revive Yoko. But I'm still curious about what the storyteller meant when he said that how many people did Shogo Oki kill with his curse stone? And he said 1. I'm wondering if the 1 is for Yoko or if it's like someone else that we aren't remembering. So. Oh, it's 5 a.m. Oh, it's the storyteller music. That's his music. Am I dead? In further news, before dawn today, a police officer on patrol discovered a man collapsed in a Sumida City park. The man was taken to the hospital, but his death was confirmed shortly after. Investigations are still underway, but police suspect a connection to the other unexplained deaths found in the area at around the same time. I'm dead again? God damn it, Shogo. Oh, we finally get the title opening. Is it kind of like, oh, well, I guess the movie type aspect. Okay. Maybe that was the prologue. Because it makes sense, because we still have to dive into, like, all the other curse bearers that we've met. But who killed us? Alright, guys, we beat the game. Complete the prologue. Yep, that was a prologue. Well done in your efforts thus far. I'm quite pleased with you. This brings Shogo Oki's story to a close. Ah, but this is not the end. Far from it. In fact, this is where the story finally begins. The roots of the 3 protagonists have now been unlocked. Oh, this is the woman. Her son was kidnapped and murdered? Oh, shit. Harue Shigima, a woman who lost her son when he was kidnapped and murdered. Tetsuo Susumi, the chief inspector of the 1st Investigative Division who is looking into the death of an officer in the line of duty. And Yako Sakazaki, a high school girl who wants to bring her friend back from the dead, a girl who died in a suspicious suicide. Okay, so these are the other 3 protagonists. We did meet all of them, though, in Shogo's route, though. I mean, we killed her very quickly. We met the detectives in the park. I didn't really do much with them except for speak with them for a bit. And then with the lady, we handled that business with her. Each of them is burdened with circumstances that leave them no choice but to seek the Rite of Resurrection. Following these 3 storylines will reveal the full nature of all that is occurring. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. Thank you. Alright. Whoa. Okay. Who should we start off with? Oh my gosh. Oh man, I wish I had a D&D dice. Hang on. Do I have a dice anywhere? No, I don't. If I had a dice, I would have rolled like a D4. So we could do the strange woman that we met at the end of Shogo's route. We can do the detective, or we could do the schoolgirl. All of them sound very interesting in their own rights. Haru lost her son because he was kidnapped then murdered. Yako had a friend who died suspicious suicide. And then Tetsuo is like trying to figure out like the truth behind an officer's death. So let's roll. You know what? I'm just gonna roll a number between 1 and 3. You know what? We're gonna roll a d6. Makes it a little bit easier. 1 and 2 we'll do Haru's route. 3 and 4 we'll do Tetsuo's. 5 and 6 we'll do Yako's. Alright, we're gonna be doing Haru's route. You rolled a 2. Alright. Wow. So is he just confirmed dead though? Is my question. Is he just dead? I also like how this is like supposed to indicate that that's nighttime and then daytime. So all this happened during the night, and then his body was discovered during the day. And I guess Shogo was like the type of like protagonist in a way where it's like his death was going to happen, but as a way of like introducing the other characters that are going to be more prominent in the game. But yeah, let's go talk with Haru. I see the detective guy that we met also in Shogo's route. So when the son of Harue Shigima was kidnapped, a botched investigation by police resulted in the child's murder. 1 year later, Haru has hired a private investigator to help resolve the unsettled case. Late at night, while speaking to the detective at her home, something strange suddenly appears. This will also help me understand what her curse stone is, like which one it is, and like how it exactly triggers. Just because my guesstimation for one of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo curse stones was that for hers was like the drums, because she did a countdown, and I feel like the countdown is maybe required for her in order to like activate her curse stone, because she kept saying she could have killed Shogo anytime. She just kept continuing to count down, so I'm thinking that's probably the like the activation or like a key part for her. This also is going to question like if she is also going to run into any of the other curse bearers that we saw as well, because there were also like two other people that we ran into in Shogo's route. The one guy with the never burning / ever burning lantern one, where like he was in the dark and I used a lighter to abate the curse, and then the college student that gave me a freaking headache with his foot washing mansion curse. So let's go. May those who mock fires perish in flame. Fox. What the hell? Kill them. Kill them. The flame bearers. Kill them all. You have acquired the power of the cursed stone. Oh, the haunting clappers? Really? You can use it to kill those with fire or a fire starting device on their person. Press the use curse button to set your target alight. What? Hers was the haunting clappers? Was the haunting clappers like original story then was like as a signal of like Paul Revere, like the British are coming, but like fire's afoot. The haunting clappers, really? Yeah, I really want to know how the hell this happened. Now it's just presenting. Oh, I'm so stupid. That literally is what the haunting clapper story is about. A night watchman patrols the dark streets and announces his presence by shouting warnings about fires. I just only remembered about the clapping part. Kills by burning one who's in possession of fire or a fire starting device. Oh, that's what it looks like. Okay. Red, red, red! Everything is dyed crimson. My home is burning to the ground. It's hot, so hot. I must call for help. But I cannot speak. My throat must be burned up from the smoke. No, I think I'm already on fire. That's right, I'll just use the clappers. Clack, clack. Is anybody there? Clack, clack. Why is no one coming? I'm going to burn to death. How did it come to this? Oh, right. Her. Must be the work of that vixen who appeared suddenly and enchanted my lord. That witch. Those hauntingly cold eyes had my lord dancing in the palm of her hand. Perhaps I was also taken in by her. How many innocent people did I lure in under orders? This must be karma. The sound of a heavy bell. Feels like my head will split open. All right, the evening bell. That must be why nobody can hear the sound of my clappers. I've got to do it louder. Clack, clack. Okay. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now. Kill. Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Kill them. Okay. Interesting. I did not realize that hers was the clappers. Very interesting. Shigima Mansion reception room. Mansion? Oh, she rich. Is she rich? Not to say that mansion is like, I mean, at least for me, mansion just means like, you may not have money, but like either you inherited that shit or you rich. So, back with me, ma'am. Hello, darling. Back with me, ma'am. Can't say I understand what just happened, but it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. This might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. That's smiling to you? That is not smiling. This is not smiling at all. Unless she was like smiling in her sleep. Sweet dreams. Housewife, Harue Shigima. Okay. Alright, ooh, we get to know more about her. The one that fucking kept killing me all the damn time. Well, she didn't kill me a lot. Not compared to, what's his fucking name? No, not you. Where is he at? You! Couldn't stand him. Alright, but Haru. Haru's a housewife who resides in a manor near Shumoku Bridge. Her 11-year-old son, Shuichi, was kidnapped and murdered about a year ago. The death was a result of a mistake on the part of the detective assigned to the case. A mistake which enraged the kidnapper and had him cut off all contact with the police, leaving no room for a negotiation. The incident was covered up and Shuichi's killer remains at large, leading the aggrieved Haru to call on the services of private investigator Richter Kai to uncover the truth. The Shigima family came from a line of samurai who built their residence in Honjo during the Edo period. They assumed important positions in the police force following the Meiji Revolution, thereby protecting their family's elevated status. Even today, many in the Shigima line work as police bureaucrats and senior police officers. Haru's father sits in the upper echelons of the National Police Agency, and her husband, adopted into the Shigima clan through an arranged marriage, is also a highly respected agency official. However, as her family prioritizes work above all else, it wasn't long before Haru's marriage grew cold. Though she wants for nothing, she is isolated from her neighbors and withdrawn from society. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh man, it's kind of sad though. The fact that like she was born to this family like of like police bureaucrats and stuff, and then it turns out that a detective fucked up the investigation to the point where it led to her son's murder. Seeing her son grow into a young man gave Haru a purpose in life, but it was cut short by the kidnapping incident. Following the incident, Haru spent many days in a deep depression, breaking into sudden fits of shouting and wandering around in the middle of the night. Her cheerful, loving disposition faded away, and she took to making snide remarks at her husband, which only further soured their relationship. A few months ago, Haru's husband was transferred to another area for work and now rarely returns home, with Haru left to live in the large, empty mansion alone. As a housekeeper who has been with the family for a long time comes in to take care of all the housework, Haru has nothing but time on her hands. Wow. Yikes, is what I say. Yikes. She does look dead in the eyes, though. I mean, it would make sense. No. Not dreams. Well, sounds like something I might want to hear about. Oh, okay. Oh, I can look around here. Okay. Color television. Father bought one as soon as it hit the market. He likes to have the latest gadgets. Unlike the latest models, there's no remote control. We've had it for a long time. Back when it was new, we all gathered around it and marveled at it as a family. But with Father and my husband being away so often, it quickly fell into disuse. Ay. I'm sorry. What the hell is that? Huh? Well, I'll be damned. Is that what I think it is? Goodness, you made me jump. It's just a silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or other. He put it up just before. Well, you know what happened. I still can't bring myself to take it down. Oh, let me take a closer look. I knew it! It's Head Hencho from way back in set number 1. This is a real collector's item. Excuse me. Don't tell me you never heard of the Mockingbirds. The what? Oh, they're the hottest new craze! Cute little birds dressed up like rough and tumble delinquents. I never heard of them, but this certainly seems to matter to you. Oh, the best part is nobody knows who made them. They just started showing up around town, and soon enough, they won everybody's hearts. The story goes that they're made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in specific locations. No one knows when or where they'll show up next. They're basically an urban legend of sorts. To think one would turn up here of all places. This is a good sign, I'm sure of it. Oh, well, that's nice. Collect your first Mockingbird sticker. Oh, the mocking check is what the achievement says. Be in the right place at the right time, Honjo. You might be able to find all 20 of them scattered around. Legend has it, collecting them all will bring good luck. I mean, I'll try, you know. Stereo. Stereo unit with separate speakers designed for home use. My husband insisted on buying one, even though he isn't one to listen to music often. Why burn the money then? Why? Because you got married into a rich family? Spend their money? That's so stupid. Like, if I were to marry or ever get rich myself, I'm not gonna frivolously, like, throw money at, like, things and be like, ooh, I can buy this freaking jukebox that I'm never gonna use, or the stereo system that I'm barely gonna use. Makes no goddamn sense. Flower arrangement. An arrangement of flowers. We bring in someone to do it. I don't even know what the flowers are called. Okay. Guest table. The guest table. I don't know where Father got this old thing from, but I've never liked it. Okay. We'll talk to you in a minute, Richter. I'm looking around. An old hanging scroll. I don't know who painted it. It's been hanging here since before I was born. Okay. Fax machine. Fax machine. I could send images to other places along the telephone network. Bro, that is like ancient tech at this point. I don't know any places. Like, we have a fax machine. Like, my parents still do. I don't know if it actually still works anymore, but yeah. If you show that to someone, they'd be like, what the fuck is that? What do I do with this? And it's like, it's a fax machine. What? How do I work? You just punch the number in, put the document, and it'll just, and then on the other side. I don't really know how it works. Most houses don't have one. I really find a use for it. That's going to be important later, watch. Oh, the rotary phone. The telephone. This mansion has a private line. Okay. Just making sure that is every... Oh, clock. The swinging of the pendulum echoes through the room. Feels livelier than usual with Richter here. Usually it's just me. This poor woman. Actually, I really feel bad for her, though, because that has to suck to the fact that, like, the police themselves messed up the negotiation to the point that her son got murdered. So, I would also be a certain way. Think. My heart's still racing. This is it. My chance. At long last. Why did it take, like, a full year, though? I wonder. Richter, I'm gonna look at you. Private investigator I hired. A friend told me about him. They said he's not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Ota City and saw how he dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. But after talking to him for a while, I changed my mind. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like the reliable sort. Curse Echo. Could he possibly have a Curse Echo? We'll never know. Well, we will when we play more of the game, but for now, we don't know. Once a police officer, Richter was racked with guilt over the police's inability to help all those in need and quit the force to start his own private investigation firm. However, his soft-hearted nature leads him to take on too many cases and has put his office in dire financial straits. How he is still in business is a mystery, with some whispering that a wealthy patron is keeping him afloat. Richter studied alongside Detective June Ario at the police academy. Oh, okay. Interesting. Somewhat surprisingly, given his outlandish clothing mannerism, Richter excels at covert investigations and tailing his targets. He proudly refers to himself as an investigator extraordinaire, though that only ever succeeds at impressing himself. Richter's biggest source of happiness is nuzzling his pet female albino parakeet, Ernestine, which he keeps in his office. He also enjoys collecting mockingbird stickers, a popular line of merchandise featuring birds inexplicably dressed like delinquents, and can be frequently sighted searching around town for them. While out and about, Richter typically leaves the office, and more importantly, Ernestine, in the care of Amamori, a junior high schooler who volunteered to assist Richter after being involved in a previous case. Interesting. Alright. Oh, what else got updated? Oh, okay, it talks about his private agency. Originally, Kai thought to give it a simple name, like Kai's Detective Agency, but upon hearing that people are more likely to pick names listed at the front of the phone book alphabetically, he decided to pick a name starting with an A. Thus, the Azure Heron Agency was established. That is so smart. So that way you get like more business or like more coverage and publicity. However, it is questionable whether the heron, a bird of somewhat ominous significance, is an effective symbol for attracting customers. Even his own assistant has referred to the name as confusing at best. After all, rather than a zero heron, Richter keeps a white parrot as a pet and dresses not in blue, but mostly in white. If there is a symbolic connection to be made here, it surely has been lost on all but Richter himself. Let me bring you up to speed. We were in the middle of a chat when you suddenly started spacing out. And the whole time you were grinning to yourself like you just won the lottery. Care to tell me what that was all about? Well, where to start? Oh, she's actually going to tell him? Interesting. Very interesting. So, the haunting Clapper's curse echo appeared out of nowhere, told you how to perform the Rite of Resurrection, and gave you the curse you'll need to do it. Have I got that right? That's right. So it's all real. Honestly, I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to now. I saw that curse stone appear in your hand myself. It looked like it popped clean out of thin air. With evidence that clear, there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work. I don't think you quite understand. Oh? This isn't about evidence, and it isn't about belief. It's more than that. I know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already there in my head, as clear as day. You just knew, huh? It was etched onto my soul, along with the curse echo's resentful memories. So I can feel it, what it was like. Being on fire? Dying like they did hundreds of years ago. Wreathed in flame, writhing in pain as my flesh blackens and my blood boils. I can feel it. All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone. Anyone will do, just as long as they're carrying fire. I see. That could be a problem. You think so? From what I know of you, I was sure you'd see it as an opportunity. The stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me, anyway. Good grief. Talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment. Remind ourselves where we come from and where we're going. That might be a good idea. Let's keep talking. About the investigation. That's what you hired me for, ma'am. To look into your son's kidnapping last year? To uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Shigima. Oh. Yes, I remember. They never did find the one who did it, and I'm gonna fucking blaze him alive. That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of you to let me drop by so late, by the way. I've been turning over every last stone, and I've come up with a grand total of 1 lead. So you said. As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I managed to make some headway. I remember. You were just about to tell me. Okay. Oh, the Shigima Kidnapping. A kidnapping and murder case that took place in Honjo, Sumida, around 1 year ago. Harue Shigima's son, Shuichi, was kidnapped on his way home from school, with a ransom being demanded that same evening. Initially, the kidnapping was thought of as a simple extortion scheme, but when it came to light that the Shigima family is closely tied to police, and Shuichi was in fact the grandson of a senior official, it was quickly assumed that the perpetrator was acting upon a grudge against the police force. The kidnapping was treated as a direct attack against the good name of police, and a large-scale investigation was launched that used the best equipment available to trace phone calls. This made it all the more embarrassing when they were unable to catch a culprit, losing the public's confidence. The culprit grew cocky, relentlessly mocking the police force. After 3 days of failure after failure, Haru reached a breaking point. Spurred by concern for her son, she resolved to hand over the ransom money as fast as possible, but her husband and father, who held the prestige of the police in high regard, refused, saying that they would not let the criminal win by giving in to their demands. Oh. The increasingly frantic detective assigned to the case lost his temper when the criminal called to give an ultimatum, causing the culprit to never make contact again. Another week passed. Shuichi's body was found floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi's death could be largely ascribed to police's incompetence, but this was ultimately covered up with the stringent media embargoes. The investigation was never closed, but the case is long gone cold. But it's only been a year. You know what I'm saying? I feel like cold cases gotta be, like, longer than that. Persons of interest. Aww. Aw, he's cute. I can definitely see, like, that's her son. The only son of Harue Shigima, he was kidnapped and murdered 1 year ago. His body was discovered floating in the Sumida River. I am so sorry for what happened to you. Shuichi was a conscientious, brave young boy who was determined to protect his mother Haru amid his father's frequent absences. He dreamed of becoming a police officer and displayed diligence and an impressive sense of responsibility from a young age, likely due to being raised in an extremely strict environment. I fucking know it. Born in the early 70s, he spent his days immersed in various activities and studies, including playing piano, learning the abacus, taking English lessons, and training in kendo. That's good to have. Good to have. Shuichi's tendency to put other people's need over his own meant he died without ever telling his classmates how much he longed for them all to go out on a hunt for mockingbird stickers. Oh, he was a people pleaser. Hopefully she's not, like, haunted by, like, seeing, like, an image of her son or something. But, yeah. Let's talk about the kidnapping. I suppose there's not much point going over the kidnapping itself. No, I'm very familiar. Then I'll leave that for the files to cover and just confirm a few things about the case. The police trace the culprit's calls back to, let's see here, northern YOKO River, here in Sumida City. It's quite a wide area. That's right. In the end, they never managed to nail down exactly where the calls were coming from, but it was almost certainly the same location that Shuichi was being held captive, since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's calls. Northern YOKO River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute. Factoring in that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house, it's likely that he was abducted by car on his route home. Maybe, but... Exactly. Shuichi was a clever boy. He never would have gotten into a car with a stranger. That's right. I was very firm about that. I know he understood, too. I even saw him warning the other children. It's possible that they forced him into the car. The only issue there weren't any witnesses to the kidnapping. You can't bundle someone into a car with that many students around and not be noticed. But nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. So, did they target him at some other time or somewhere away from his usual route? Both of those seem a little far-fetched. Which raises the question, how did the kidnapper pull it off? Oh yeah, that's a good point. If this is like a kid that like knew like not to deal with strangers, and this was like out in the open in a way, like on his way home from school, and there was people around and nobody said anything, then it's like, where the hell did he get kidnapped from? The police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided that the kidnapper must just have gotten lucky. That is... Who was the detective on this? That is such shitty police work. Well, why not turn the problem on its head? Okay. The kidnapper managed to convince Shuichi to get in their car. But how? The only thing that makes sense to me is if they were somebody that he would have a reason to trust. That's what I was thinking too. A teacher perhaps, or a relative, or somebody else that he knew. But all of the adults Shuichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly. They did, huh? No one throws numbers at a problem like the cops. But what if it wasn't someone he knew? Or rather, what if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer? Oh, damn. That would explain why he didn't find them suspicious. The Shigima family has close ties with the police after all. He would have had a reason to trust them. You might be right. But surely that Couldn't have. Well, there's a problem with the theory. You'd be surprised how much police officers stand out. That's sort of the point, after all. They're meant to be a visible deterrent against crime. Okay. But here's another interesting little bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children. That's true. That is true. I mean, I suss everyone, but just still. Even kids who've been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man. Besides, Shuichi was the sort of boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have had a very strong sense of right and wrong. That's right. Wait, surely you can't mean... Now you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? Oof. If someone like that said they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gotten into a car? He might have. He might have. My husband always told him that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children, that fuckface. You could certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays, but if Shuichi believed it, then we might have something here. Then you think the culprit was a young woman? But it was a man's voice on the phone. She might have been an accomplice, or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. Okay. So the question is, did anybody see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See, what I said about people's biases, that goes for witnesses too. And I figure that maybe if I start asking new questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone had seen something. And one man thought he had. Do you mean he saw it happen? Well, I can't say that for sure yet. Turned out he wanted something from me, so he asked if we could talk in private. Ooh. Alright, this should do. There's no one around. We can speak in confidence. Excuse me. What was your name again? Who the hell are you? Jinochi? Jinochi. Got it. Well, Jinochi, I'm all ears. Just so we're on the same page. You're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shigima's kidnapping. Do I have that right? Well, of course. What else do I look like? How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger. I need your help. You'll excuse me if that caught me a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Who was trying to kill you? A student called Michio Shiraichi. Oh, interesting. A schoolgirl, huh? Sounds like you've been naughty. It's nothing like that. That girl, she's a murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michio Shiraichi. I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigima. Come again? I saw her talk to him on the street and lead him away. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. She murdered him, I'm sure of it. Or at least, she's got something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can't let her get to me. Well, if that's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why didn't you tell anybody? Exactly. Why wait till now? Well, you see. Well, if you can't explain that, I don't have any reason to believe you. I couldn't. She told me she'd kill me if I spoke a word. A student? I mean, never judge a book by its cover, but I gotta see how she looks like. Ain't no... Why would you be that terrified? You're telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life? So you've been sitting on all this... You've been sitting on that all this time, and you think she's coming for you now that you spilled the beans? Yes, that's it. Exactly. I'm begging you, don't let her get to me. Arrest her. I'm telling you, she's a demon. Well, you seem to believe what you're saying, but it just doesn't add up. How could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? You don't know what she can do. She'll curse me. Curse you? Come again? I'm sorry, but you're losing me here. It's true. Her house, it's... Ah, forget it. Why do I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you'd never understand. Enough. I'll find someone else to help me. Hey! Interesting. I still want a picture of her. And that's about the long and short of it. I can hardly believe it. What's that student's address again? Oh, why do you need that for? Oh, no reason. Well, at the time, I thought his mention of curses was just crazy talk. But I'm starting to see that there might have been more to it. Then, if we can just find that girl... Curse or no curse, if she was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping, then there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His full name's Kohei Jinochi. He's a teacher at Komagata High School here in Sumida. A teacher? Then the schoolgirl is one of his students? I think that's very likely. Okay, that was just it. Alright, let's talk about the investigation. You know, we still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I found, and then we can make a decision. Alright. Okay, let's talk about the Rite of Resurrection, I guess. The Rite of Resurrection, huh? I read about that in an occult magazine the other day. Apparently some old book showed up recently with all the gory details. They say that the rite can be found somewhere in Honjo. I remember the first time you told me about that. It felt like my prayers had been heard. Like I had hope. Real hope. For the first time. Ever since that awful day, I've wondered, what if I hadn't sent him to school? What if I'd just paid the ransom? Not a day goes by when I don't think that if I'd done something differently, Shuichi would still be alive. You can't blame yourself, ma'am. It was a culprit's fault, not yours. Though I know that won't help any. Grief is funny like that. I'm guessing that's why you're after the rite. Yes, I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. I could tell how much he meant to you. But, and this is a big but, if this rite is the real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul. Is that a problem? If it comes to that, I'm afraid I'll have to stop you. I thought, if I'm going to be competing with other curse bearers, then your detective skills might come in useful. You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that? I think any parent in my position would happily kill for a chance like this. I'm so sorry if you hear, them talking outside. Hopefully you can't, but I will do my best. That's so, is it? Dear, oh dear. What have I got myself into? If it makes you uncomfortable, and you won't have to get any blood on your hands yourself, I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers. I only need you to find them. I won't be party to murder, ma'am. Not even for a client. I don't want to kill him. Because it looked like in the end he did work with her. So I'll pay you. How much can I give you to change your mind? Sorry, ma'am, but not everyone has a price. I've got my policies and I stick to them. I see. I didn't realize you were so stubborn. Let me say, though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. What do you have in mind? Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they filled it with soul dregs? If that was all you were after, then I could lend you my services guilt-free. If the other curse bearers want to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. For real. For real, dog. I guess there's no guarantee a stolen curse stone will work, but we can worry about that later. Well then, I suppose we have a deal. Although, what if I stole a curse stone using my curse? Would you disapprove? That would void our contract, ma'am. Just warning you now. My. Before we go any further, why don't you tell me about that curse of yours? The haunting clappers, was it? It's one of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo, if I remember correctly. That's right. The original story did happen somewhere near here, I think. I'm sure I remember hearing that. Well, in that case, my money would be on all the curse bearers being somewhere in Honjo. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come for you first. We'll need to be ready. The curses make their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack could come from anywhere. If I remember correctly, your haunted clappers can set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right? That's right. In olden times, when clappers were used to warn people of fire, I'm guessing it punishes those who don't heed the warning. Seems like a good curse to have, simple and straightforward enough to use. Although it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table. Pfft, bitch, I fucking know. I know some, not all. I have some experience. You really think it's that good? I have to see it, like, at the end. But, like, Shogo's wasn't too bad. Although, in most cases, he was put in a situation where people wouldn't walk away. So, but having someone just easily walk away, that's all you need to do. That's it. And then the foot washing mansion one, I don't know if, like, he can just activate it at will, because the student one, he was saying that his is like, you hear the voice of the curse echo, you're dead. I don't know what the schoolgirl's curse echo does. The detectives had to have one. I just didn't speak to them long enough to see what theirs was. Probably June. I can't see Tetsuo having an actual, like, curse stone, unless he does get one, and you know, that would be a mindfuck. Who else did we see? Oh, the one about the darkness. Felt like her stomach was being ripped apart. Hers. So, well, the target can't do much to throw it off, and it has a nice long activation window. It's big. That works on lighters too. Just slip one into your target's pocket. And say that condition were already fulfilled before you even knew you're there. They wouldn't even know what hit them. Maybe. I won't have to actually use it. I could just tell someone I could, and they have to do what I said. Threats could work, although without any proof it'll come down to how convincing you can be. If only you could use the curse, then back out at the last second. At the last second? What an interesting idea. I have a lighter right here. We could try it now. That's an interesting proposition. But maybe not. I'm not quite crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig. Oh, I see. You're an odd one, ma'am, if you don't mind me saying. And I don't think it's just the curse. You flatterer. I don't think he said that as a compliment. As for what we do next, first of all, I think you should stay indoors. Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine. Okay. About the investigation. Right then. Have you decided what you want me working on? Help me with the right. Investigate the kidnapping. Personally, I'm more interested with the kidnapping. I'm very curious because if a school, like if a student was involved in the kidnapping, how did that happen? You know what I mean? Like, how did that exactly work? So, I'm gonna say the kidnapping. We'll do the right later. Finally, I have a lead. I need to know what happened to my son. Well, your wish is my command, ma'am. I'll focus all my efforts on looking into the kidnapping. Although, something just occurred to me. You can't investigate the matter at night, can you? At least until the sun rises. Could you search for the other curse bearers? All right, I see how it is. Well, I'd be happy to help. Odds are good that the other curse bearers are also working by night. Anyone they kill under the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. I bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So it's settled then. I'll look into the other curse bearers by night. And once the city wakes up and I can start asking questions, I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'll even try and find Miss Shuichi as part of the bargain. Thank you. That's more than enough. I should get to work. There's only so much time before sunrise. I'll call you if I find out anything new. You stay here and keep a lookout. All right. There's no telling what kind of curses you might find out on the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it, and try to be ready for anything. I will. Well, if that's all, I should be going. Okay. Ooh, alright. Despite having obtained the curse of the haunting clappers, Harue Shigima is determined to use the Rite of Resurrection by stealing the remaining curse stones. She instructs her private investigator Richter to find the other curse bearers. I do have voice set to 0, so even if I run into that one student again, I'll be good. Oh, I'm still in the mansion. It's been 1 hour. It's been almost an hour since Richter left. He promised he called me if anything happened. But he hasn't. So all I can do is wait. And wait. Oh, what's this? Newspaper. What's this? A newspaper? Must have fallen off the chair. What? Why is a random newspaper here? Nani the fuck? I know it's dangerous to go out, but I can't just sit here and let this opportunity pass me by. I have to look for her, for Michio Shiraichi. But first I need to find more soul drugs. Fuck it, we'll read it. It's a newspaper. I only leave them in here for the guests. I hardly ever read them myself. I don't think I've taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. Well, it's not like I have anything better to do. Maybe the education articles? Everyone attends high school now, even girls. Universal education policy, they call it. The country's gotten rich enough that every child can go to school. Education is the backbone of modern society. If you want to work for a good company, you have to get into a good university. With more people in the running than ever, the competition to get into those universities has gotten fierce, though. The new generation is rebelling. Schoolyard violence and delinquency are on the rise. But my boy was too sensible to get mixed up in any of that. I don't want to read anymore. It only reminds me of him. Keep reading, I don't give a fuck. Society articles? So it looks like the city's biggest problem right now is pollution. I remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted. The river was covered in scum from all the sewage and industrial waste, and it stank so badly it made my eyes water. Eventually, people started getting sick, and it couldn't be ignored anymore. Fortunately, it's gotten better since then. Although the air around the industrial district is still filthy with gas and smog. There's one thing Honjo's never wants for: it's horrific crimes. They found a police officer dead in a local park just the other day. A lot of my family are in the police. I hope it wasn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore, not since last year. It brings back bad memories. Well, we're gonna keep reading. Suicide at local high school. Oh, I remember that. High school girl jumped off a roof about a week ago. She was bullied, I think, or maybe it was something about exam pressure. What? But... no, this can't be right. Her name. What? Michio Shiraichi from Komagata High School? It can't be. I made sure the receiver's on the hook. It'll ring as soon as he calls. Ah! Oh, god damn it. I should have read the other sections. Might be. That must be him. Is that a who would be calling me and trying to kill me? Ugh. Fine, fine. I'll answer. Hello? Shigima residence? Wow, okay. So the student that might have been involved in the kidnapping of her son died in a mysterious suicide by jumping off the roof. Interesting. Richter called me out to meet him, and we came here to Kamagata Bridge. Richter, there's something I need to tell you. Funny. I was just thinking the same thing. Oh, this is the bridge that we met him as Shogaoki. Oh, there's a sticker! No, come back! We're on Kamagata Bridge over the Sumida River. There's a highway on one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night. Sumida River. The water's filthy and horrid, but at night when it's still, it looks almost peaceful. Can I ask you something, ma'am? Is the Sumida River what you Honjo folks picture when you think of home? I couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand the sight of it. Right. Should have guessed. This was where they found him, after you went missing. All alone, floating in that horrible water. All I can think is how scared he must have been, how cold he must have been. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I've come here every day since then, and I prayed to the river to give him back, to give me back my son. Day after day after day. You know, in olden times, people believed rivers marked where our world met the next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Edo was founded, the people of Chuo saw the Sumida River the same way. They associated the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Honjo. All their fear and revulsion accumulated there and took root. But then the Ryogoku Bridge sprang up after the Great Fire of Mareki, and just like that, Honjo was part of the city too. As it turned from farmland into a town, the people surrounded it with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it with canals and waterways. Weren't those to prevent floodings? That's what I was told. Ah, they were, but that's not all they were for. Their other purpose was to contain all the corruption that had built up on the far shore, and stop it leaking through to our side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were a physical barrier, but unofficially, they were a spiritual one too. So if I have this right, are you saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly. That's why the Rite of Resurrection is here, rather than anywhere else, I'm sure of it. And it's probably why the Seven Mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day. And I guess that would make this spot we're standing now, right over the water, the border between life and death. If there ever was a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. It's funny that you mentioned praying to the river. That might have done more than you think. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Just thinking aloud, ma'am. Well, it's a nice thought. Oh, okay. Sumida River. A-class, a river that is part of the Arakawa River system, which runs through much of eastern Tokyo, empties into Tokyo Bay. During the Edo period, Sumida's riverbanks played a key role in the transportation of lumber used for construction. In addition to its logistical importance, it was also a place for the common folk to gather and enjoy activities such as seasonal flower viewing or river bathing, and there exist many woodblock prints depicting such activities. The area became plagued with sewage issues when surrounding environs were industrialized in the post-war period, but the situation has improved since. And then we're talking about many other bridges that spring about. Massive fireworks displays in summer are also always sure to draw a crowd. The river has served as a cornerstone for both the city and its people, having both aided in its development and serving as an inspiring backdrop for countless works of art and literature. And this is a Komagata Bridge. I think that's the one we're on. Yeah. One of the bridges spanning the Sumida River, completed in 1927 as part of the reconstruction effort following the Great Kanto earthquake, it is notable both for its distinctive blue arches and the cutting edge for the time techniques used in its construction. There are many bridges stretching across Sumida River, each boasting a unique structural form and design. That is all great and all, but I want the chicken! Where are you? I know you're around here, you son of a bitch. Where are you? I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Got it. Bingo. Oh, that's right. There's one more memory I have of this river. Do you mind if I tell you? Oh, go ahead. It must have been about 20 years now, when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, the Sumida River was much filthier than it is now. It was full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy, and it stank. You could look out over the water and see dead cats and dogs and pigeons just floating. And one day, among all the filth and garbage, there was a piece of my missing classmate's hand. Wait, what? It was almost a miracle when you stopped to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of her that was still recognizable? And that although everything but the palm had rotted away in the water, the part that was left would have an identifiable scar, and that they could tell it had been a murder from the blade marks on the bone. Wait, are you talking about the Najima murders? So you have heard of it. I'm impressed. I assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time. I wasn't really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. Whoa, what the hell is going on here? The Najima murders. A notorious case from over 2 decades ago involving the murder of a female high school student. It first came to the attention of authorities when part of a human left hand was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Testing revealed it to belong to a missing female high school student. As it appeared to have been severed deliberately, the police launched a murder investigation. A large-scale search of the river was organized, but the highly polluted state of the water made this impossible. Visibility was poor. The stench was intense, and the divers quickly fell ill. Oh my god, I feel bad for them. Ugh. They succeeded in recovering only the victim's head and what appeared to be a part of her leg before the search was called off. At the time of the incident, the Sumida River was as polluted as it had ever been. Neither fish nor shellfish could survive in it, eventually causing the annual fireworks festival to be called off indefinitely. Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. This caused a stir among the public as several other young women had gone missing in recent years in the Tokyo area, and it was feared that they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technologies at the time, however, were not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased, and so the police were unable to open any inquiries. Due to the overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt until a hitherto unrelated individual came to its attention. During a questioning about a separate incident, Fumichika Nejima, a 36-year-old shop owner with no relation to the victim, divulged details about her that had never been released to the general public. An investigation into his background was conducted, leading to his arrest. Nejima testified that he had snatched his victim from the street and confined her in the underground storeroom of his shop, which also served as living quarters. He chose her for no special reason, but simply cited she was an opportune target on seeing her walk alone at night. After keeping her locked up for several days, he restrained her, sewed her mouth shut.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is wrong with you? After keeping her locked up for several days, he restrained her, sewed her mouth shut, and severed her fingers and toes with a box cutter while she was conscious. As she screamed silently behind her sealed lips, he proceeded to her wrists, her ankles, her elbows, her knees, working his way inwards slowly and methodically. His victim constantly wavered in and out of consciousness. Her ordeal continued until she died of blood. Oh my god. Because the blade wasn't... Oh my god, you're fucked up in the head. Nejima dismembered the rest of her body and disposed of it behind his home in the Sumida River before cleaning his storeroom and returning to his everyday routine as if nothing had happened. The brutality of his actions shocked the nation when they eventually were reported. Once apprehended, Nejima readily divulged the details of the murder but was less willing to explain his motive. When asked, he would only break down in tears, saying, "I don't know what came over me. I know it was wrong." In the end, the police could extract nothing more from him than expressions of remorse. Although the efficiency of his method strongly suggested he had committed similar crimes in the past, no corroborating evidence ever came to light. Nejima was sentenced to life in prison. At his first hearing, the sentence was imposed with no appeal from the defendant. There is no death penalty? Fucking would have killed his ass. I'm sorry, not to judge a person. Oh, but you look freaky. The man who made headlines over 2 decades ago is the perpetrator of the brutal killings known as the Nejima murder. Disgusting. I'm disgusted. To be honest, it was all a bit of a blur. A wave of chaos just parting around me. Something like that. They said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They combed the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted and flowed out to sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill. Well, sorry story for everyone involved, huh? It's funny. Everyone figures the river's filthy already, so one more piece of garbage won't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't want to go rooting around down there myself. That's right, which is why the riverbed is the last place anybody would go looking. Or so was the killer's thinking, I suppose. The times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry. Young people were moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. And they made easy targets for bad people. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. You see, back then, if you chopped a body up into tiny pieces and threw it in the river, it would rot quickly and discreetly and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again. Are you saying what I think you're saying? They arrested him shortly after. Fumichika Nejima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. He was so methodical about it, it couldn't have been his first crime. And people began to wonder how many other girls he murdered the same way. The police never found any evidence of other murders in the end. But the river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? That same thought spread through everyone's mind, and they started to avoid this area. So really, this river has been rank with corruption for decades now. Or at least that's how it seems to me. Well, was that interesting? Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. With all that darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason that you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Nejima murders. But how could I not? After all, I was the one who found the hand. The police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Nejima to justice. That was the only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Huh. I guess it just wasn't the killer's day. Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. Does he know about you? I hope the police weren't like, and this schoolgirl named Harue blah blah blah, Harue Shigima, was the one to get your ass arrested. It's like, thanks, cops. Really doing your job. Standing around is the last thing I want to be doing right now. It's my only chance to bring back my son. I can't afford to fritter it away. Well, Sumida River isn't done yet. Let's keep talking about it. I have nothing but awful memories of it. Oh, okay. Well, let's talk to Richter. Or look at him, I guess. He's gazing down at the water. Maybe I should tell him? I'll go first. There's something I need to tell you. Yeah, what's up? Well, that girl, Michio Shiraichi. Wait, the one who was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping? That's her. Well, she's dead. She's what? A student committed suicide last week. That was her. I heard something like that had happened. Never got the name, though. Talk about bad luck. Finally get a lead only to find it's turned into a literal dead end. Unless her death was the whole reason Jinochi was so shaken up. He said she was going to curse him. Was he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave? Seems like we're back where we started. Not necessarily. That teacher knows something, I'm sure of it. At the very least, I put money on him having something to do with Miss Shiraichi's death. That's why he's so scared of being cursed by her. Oh, probably pushed her or something. I see. And also, something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. In any case, I think I got a good idea what he's hiding. Call it a hunch. A hunch? Well, more of a theory. Care to take a guess? Oh man, I don't know. I mean, this is a high school teacher. What the fuck was he doing with a an elementary student? I couldn't say. I'm just an ordinary housewife. I'm not clever enough for all this. Are you sure? I had you down for sharper than that. That's flattering, but I'm afraid you're mistaken. Anyway, that's enough speculation for now. The truth will go out in time. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Mr. Jinochi. What are you going to talk about? Please, go ahead. Alright then. I've been poking around places connected to Seven Mysteries looking for curse bearers. And I think I found a few candidates. First, a tall man I ran to in Kinshibori Park. I asked him for directions, trying to probe him a little, but he turned the questions right back around on me. And he was out of there the second he figured I wasn't what he was looking for. I got the sense curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he's a curse bearer. Then there's this middle-aged guy I saw on South Warigisui Street. Oh, you fucker! There's no question about this one. He had one of the curse stones in his hand. He had a nervous air about him, too. It was clear he's up to some shady business. Gathering soul dregs, I bet. He'd make a good target. Next up is a pair. A young man and woman I saw around Ryogoku Bridge. This time the man came up to me and asked me flat out if I was a curse bearer. I told him I didn't know what he was talking about, and he backpedaled and left. Looks like they lurk around there often, looking for kindred spirits, would be my guess. Though it didn't seem like they were quite working as a pair. Gathering soul dregs in a group might be a decent idea, if you can make it work. But with things being how they are, it's gotta be hard to find folks one can trust. They got brass, though. I don't know what their deal is, but I'd like to find out. Last is two detectives I've seen sniffing around. The police are involved. Not necessarily. A body turned up in a local park a few days ago, so they might just be looking into that. Still, the park's got ties to one of the Seven Mysteries. Might be it was a curse that did the guy in. And if they're sending in detectives from the head office, then something's gotta be up. How do you know where they're from? Let's just say that when you're in this business, there's some faces you get to know. Anyway, that's everyone who's caught my eye. You found all of them in so little time. I really did hire the best. Oh, it's all in the name, ma'am. Richter Kai, P.I. Nope, wait. Make that Richter Kai investigator extraordinaire. My, an investigator extraordinaire. Is that why you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet. An investigator extraordinaire can blend in like a chameleon in any outfit. Well, that aside, the middle-aged man and the young couple sound the most promising, am I right? Whichever we pick, it's still too early to make a move. It seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. Plus, there's still others we don't know about. I say we hang fire and see how things play out. Once more bodies start showing up, that'll get the pot nice and hot. And once it's boiling, our chance will come. Is something wrong? Not really. It just struck me. It's been 20 years since the Nejima murders. So it has. Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Life in prison doesn't always mean life. There's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed out on parole after 20 years. Only if they're found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course. That's right. I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society. I hear they've been trying to fix that recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodation. Oh, really? They keep an eye on them, of course, and make them report in for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, to keep the inmates' records a secret from everyone but their employers. They even give particularly notorious criminals new identities so they won't be recognized in the workplace. My. The way you put it. It's like you're saying Fumichika Nejima could be out on parole right now. Back in society under a new name, with nobody any the wiser. It's possible. As it happens, a little birdie told me about a big name making parole a few months back. I don't know if that was Nejima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind. I see. How unsettling. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too. Well, what was it? I was passing Komagata High School a little while ago when I saw someone. A janitor, I think. And I could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Nejima. Oh? He looked a little different after 20 years. Much thinner than I remembered, too. I told myself I was just seeing things. But perhaps it was him after all. So, what next? Well, the big question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the Seven Mysteries. It's unlikely other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. I see. All right. You cannot currently progress any further. Once your situation changes, select resume to try again. Pressing the spin will return you to the story chart. Okay. Wow. We got a lot of info. And some more information now about some other people that were roaming the streets. Besides the ones we met in Shogo's route. But yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!